New airstrikes today and a rising death toll stemming from the U.S. attack on Iran that killed several top leadership, including Iran's supreme leader. It is our top story here at noon. Thanks for joining us. I'm Brooke Hash. In the days since, the Trump administration has faced many questions about launching this operation and about the 4 Americans who lost their lives as a result of those airstrikes in Kuwait. ABC's Christian Cordero takes us there.
Today, we're learning new details about the massive military operation that killed Iran's supreme leader. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth said the president gave the go-ahead on Friday afternoon, watching the attacks hours later from his Mar-a-Lago resort. Hegseth was pressed today on whether Iran posed an imminent threat to the U.S., given the plans did not go through Congress, and following last summer's operation that the administration said, quote, obliterated the country's nuclear program. He didn't offer specifics, only referencing retribution.
Their war on Americans has become our retribution against their Ayatollah and his death cult.
When asked about a potential timeline, President Trump over the weekend told the Daily Mail he expects the operation will last roughly 4 weeks. The Pentagon, however, is keeping a potential timeline open-ended.
This is not a single overnight operation.
Hegseth didn't discount putting U.S. troops on the ground, but is adamant this is not an endless war like those the president campaigned against.
But we're not dumb about it. You don't have to roll 200,000 people in there and stay for 20 years.
The Iranian Red Crescent says hundreds have died in Iran since the strikes began. The U.S. also announced the deaths of 4 service members during attack operations, as well as the loss of 3 F-15 fighter jets that they say was due to friendly fire from Kuwait. Christian Cordero, ABC News, Washington.
Trump and Hegseth both paid respects to the 4 American service members who've been killed so far in Iran's retaliatory strikes. The president also shared a grim warning that more Americans' lives may be lost.
Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now.
A group of people showed up to rally against the Trump administration this weekend, but then focus quickly shifted after news of the attacks in Iran. We heard from Iranian Americans here in Kentucky, who told us that some are now more afraid for their friends and family still in the Middle East.
Yeah, we're terrified. Terrified of what could happen, because I don't believe that the leaders of this country or of Israel have the best interest of their own people or the Iranian people at heart.
Well, there are plenty of Iranian Americans celebrating the actions of the Trump administration, thanking him for taking down their dictator. Our Clary Shaley and photojournalist Connie Offit share their reactions.
Let's everybody toast.
A celebration of a different kind in this Kentucky Iranian American household as they honor
Cheers.
all Americans and Israeli people involved in the attack in Iran and the killing of the supreme ruler Ayatollah Ali Khamenei.
It is
Mehdi Gayoumi has waited
difficult to even
most of his life for this change.
It's difficult to say how I feel.
It has been 47 years that Iranians have been under a dictatorship.
It's just like this has happened. This is something people was waiting for.
Naeem Torchian has been watching back home as his family tries to survive the unrest, showing his support for his loved ones in the Middle East, waiting on President Trump to fulfill his promise after he posted to social media in January to say, quote, help is on the way, as protesters were being killed in Iran.
And people were waiting and keep asking what happened. Is he going to hit or not? So finally it happened. It's not over yet, but people are really happy that they finally have a chance to overthrow that brutal regime. Yeah, this one is Khamenei koshe shod, means he's dead.
Torchian now sees videos of people dancing in the streets and cheering from their homes after their leader has been killed.
And hopefully by returning King Reza Pahlavi to Iran, we bring some stability not only to that region, but also to the world.
There's hope now they can choose their government.
This is setting this presidency, POTUS 47, on a course to re-alter dramatically the global order in ways that we haven't seen in generations.
Dr. Kurt Jefferson, professor of global leadership with Spalding University, called this an act of war, but only time will tell if American troops will be called to help. With photojournalist Connie Offit, Clarice Shaley, WHAS11 on your side.
The Jewish Federation of Louisville provided us a statement on Saturday's action, saying in part they pray for the safety and security of the people in Israel, our brave U.S. service members and civilians throughout the region. They said we stand with the Iranian people who yearn for their freedom. We also heard from a number of Kentucky's elected officials, including Senator Mitch McConnell, who said the Islamic Republic of Iran made death to America, death to Israel a central pillar of its brutal rule. He said for decades it wielded violence and repression at home and exported violence and terrorism abroad. McConnell said, today my prayers are with the brave U.S. and Israeli service members carrying out Operation Epic Fury and with the people of Iran who have long struggled for the right to determine their own future. Representative and Congressman Thomas Massie also vocal in requiring congressional approval over Trump's decisions. He took to social media saying, I'm opposed to this war. This is not America first. When Congress reconvenes, he said, I will work with Representatives Ro Khanna to force a congressional vote on war with Iran. The Constitution requires a vote, and your representative needs to be on record as opposing or supporting this war. As this situation continues to develop, be sure to stay with us here. You can download our WHAS11 app on both your phone and your smart TV. 12:08 is your time on this Monday, and a very wet and chilly one at that, Matthew. Kind of a wintry mix out there right now.
Yeah, it really has been some cold rain rolling in for us, and a little bit of wintry mix further north out there for you this afternoon. And that's really going to continue as we go towards the later part of this afternoon back into the evening hours. So more of that wintry mix moving off to the northeast, and we're still left with those rain showers throughout the Louisville metro and further south. Give you a look, at least a closer look at the Louisville metro. We're still seeing at least some rain showers roll through. So we'll continue to see that throughout the day, and this will just be the start of it as well. Give you a look at throughout the Louisville metro. Yeah, still seeing that mostly rain showers, just a few sleet chances possibly in Sellersburg. Overall, give you a look at how much rain is falling already. Really less than an inch, but some areas have totaled up just a half an inch of rainfall so far this afternoon. Give you a wider picture of this. Yeah, we're still seeing this system move off to the east, bringing some snow showers into West Virginia and into central Ohio for this afternoon. Give you a look outside right here. U of L health camera from Jeffersonville. We're still seeing temperatures into the mid-30s. So it's a cold but wet one outside for you. And current temperatures across the state, 34 degrees. Here in Louisville, out into Paducah, 40 degrees, and eventually into Hazard, 37 degrees. So we're still seeing really some colder conditions out there for you. That hourly planner will start to slowly warm up into the lower 40s throughout the day, but you can tell some of those rain icons expect to continue throughout the entire day today. At Hometown Forecast, break drops us down into the upper 30s and give you a look at those weather headlines ahead. Tuesday, expect to see some heavy rain. Wednesday and Thursday does have more showers. And even Friday and Saturday, we could possibly be tracking some storms on the way for us as we close out the week, back into the weekend. I'll be timing out the rest of those rain chances for the week in just a few minutes. Back over to you, Brooke.
All right, Matthew, and some traffic alerts for you starting tonight. There will be some rolling roadblocks and lane closures on I-64 East in Louisville. The Kentucky Transportation Cabinet said the closures will be between Cannons Lane and the Waterson. The Transportation Department said workers will slow and sometimes stop traffic to let workers build an overhead sign truss. The construction will begin at 7 tonight and go through 5 a.m. tomorrow. Also, starting today, you should expect daily alternating lane closures off Zorn Avenue and overnight lane closures on I-71 here in Louisville. It's part of the $50 million 71 widening and improvement project. You might see those lane closures off of Zorn near the 71 interchange and lane closures on 71 pretty much from the junction to Frankfort Avenue. They're expected to continue through mid-April. Edith Road will also be closed between River Road and Melwood until March 20th.